What's going on, guys? Arden here. I'm back with another video, and today I've got this is a 2025 Gladiator. This is a Mojave. We're going to be installing some WeatherTech mud flaps. I'll leave a link in the description for those mud flaps. I'm not sure if the trims, like, you know, between Mojave, Rubicon, and stuff like that, I don't know if they're any different. So I would verify that first. But I'll leave a link in the description to this set. But we're going to be installing those today on this Jeep. These are the WeatherTech no drill mud flaps. This is the front and this is the rear. I'm going to do the front first. I like these mainly because you like they're literally called no drill mud flaps. You don't have to make any holes or put any self tappers or whatever. But we're going to get this open. Pull these things out. Here they are. Let's see. Get all the hardware out. Alright, quite a bit of hardware actually. We got some clips, it looks like, some screws. Looks like some screws, some more screws and clips and all sorts of stuff. I'm gonna read over this. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I'm gonna read over this and make sure I've got everything down in my head of what needs to go on. Okay, first things first, we're gonna be removing some factory clips and rivets. First things first, we'll be taking off these bottom two little plastic rivets right here in the fender flare, and then also there's 3 clips in the bottom that we will be removing. There's one here, and then one down here, kind of where the rock rail or your steps are, if you have steps. So we'll be removing those 3, and then these 2 plastic rivets. I'm pretty sure these plastic rivets are kind of hard to take out, so I'm going to be using just a nice little, you know, clip remover tool. These are very handy to have. Be sure to get one of these. It'll make it a lot easier versus using like a flathead. And I can demonstrate it just on this bottom clip right here, just real fast. You know, put it underneath the head and just kind of pry it like this. And there it is. It went flying, but that makes it a lot easier. So I'm not gonna try to get all these out on camera. So I'm gonna get them out and then show you what the next step is. Next thing they tell you to do is to pull the fender liner out a little bit, pretty much until you can see this top hole here. It's a little dirty, but then you're going to take they call this a U-clip, and it goes on like this. You know, the flat side will be facing this direction, and we will just be sliding that on like that. And obviously line it up with the hole. I also forgot to mention, it is from the U-clip is from this part number out of your box. I'm just looking at the last 3 digits, 583. And then next thing, with the fender liner pulled back, we're going to take another clip out of 581. We're actually going to be doing this part twice. But you're going to take this out of the 581, you're going to take 2 of them and slip it over, you know, this is the fender liner, slip it over this hole and this hole from those 2 clips that you pulled out earlier. So all I'm going to do, this is probably going to, I'm going to have to apply some force here, so I'm going to put the camera down and slide this on and show you what it looks like, because these are a little thicker than this fender liner is. Okay, got both clips over top of the holes like this. It does take a little bending and a little more force, but just make sure your holes are showing and are lined up. And then all we're going to do is push this fender liner back into place, just like that. Now obviously make sure your holes will be lined up, but they're good and lined up. Now we're going to move on to next. Okay, next thing we're going to do, we're going to take our mud flap, and obviously it is going to fit like so. And we're actually going to be putting a screw in the top hole from where that clip is that we put. I can't do this one-handed, hold this up there and put the screw in. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that screw in. You're gonna just tighten it loosely. Don't tighten it all the way. That way it'll give you some flexibility, you know, to line up all your holes. Sorry, I keep forgetting to mention this. That screw will be out of the 583 packet. So I've got it in there. It's loosely installed. It's just kind of somewhat finger tight. That way I can move this around and everything. But at least it's somewhat up here. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a Phillips head and a flat washer out of the 586 packet here, and we're going to be installing it on the innermost hole down here at the bottom where it was kind of connected down here where your rock rails are or your steps or whatever. And we're going to feed it through this way and then put that nut on the end of it. Obviously I cannot do this one-handed, so I'm going to do that. I'm probably going to have to lay underneath here and install that real quick. Okay, so to give you an idea of where that's at, that would be this nut right here. I've got it installed. It's loose right now, but it's a lot easier if you just kind of crawl under here, because then you can see what you're doing. But yep, that is it right there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to install some regular screws right here into those two holes. Pretty self-explanatory there. I'm actually going to crawl underneath it again, because you can get a good look on the underside of those holes, so that I can get them good and lined up. Everything is installed. The last thing you do is take one of these plastic fasteners and put it in this last hole. So pretty much you're going to want to kind of finesse this into place before you put this in there, because the last step they tell you to do is press it up against the fender liner and tighten everything. So I don't know if I want to go ahead and put this in. I want to go ahead and put it in, and then I'll adjust what I do on the other side, because I want to get this fitment really nice, and I feel like if I put this in, it's gonna push it up where pretty tightly. So we'll see. But I'm gonna put this in there and then go from there. Put that clip in. But yes, you're gonna want to make sure you push this up against the fender. There's a little nice little cutout here to help you line that up, and also down here you can line this up very nicely and put that clip in. That holds it into place pretty well. I'm gonna go around and tighten everything. I'm pretty much gonna start from here and work my way towards the inner fender well. So yeah, I'm gonna start here, start going that way. All right, there is fully installed. Looks good, fits great, but nice and sturdy. They're like real sturdy. But that is one installed. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then I'll show you how to do the rears. All right, other side is on. It's looking good. So now we need to do the rears. I'm gonna open up that box and get started. So the rear, what we need to remove is this one clip that's right here, and then also the two plastic rivets, the one on the bottom and then the one above it. So I'm gonna get those removed. These things are kind of a pain in the butt, but I definitely do recommend that little clip popper tool. Makes it a lot easier. Okay, got those removed. These plastic rivets, there's really, like, I'm sure you could probably drill out the middle or something to get them out, but I mean, and really all I just did was just kind of pry it out, is just try to get something underneath it, and then finally get the little clip popper tool in there and just pry it. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Okay, so I've got the driver's side mud flap here, and you can see this little tab here. It kind of sticks out a little. So what we're going to do with that tab on that back side is it's hard to do with one hand, but we're going to make sure it is that tab is hooked on to the back of this fender liner right here. And then the first thing we're going to do is, these are all pretty much the same screws and everything. We're going to take one of the screws. It's these Phillips heads with a nut on the back, and put the top one in first. So I'm going to get that hooked on. I can't really do it one-handed. And then put this in. Okay, I just realized in this clip there's two, if you can see that, there's two different nuts here, black and silver, and then there's also two different screws. One is a lot larger than the other. You're going to take the shorter one with the black nut on that top bolt. Again, leave it on there loose. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take one of the longer screws with the silver nut and install it in this bottom one, not the inner one, but this bottom outer hole. Okay, this is the underneath view. If you can see those two bolts right there, it is a pain in the butt to get it in there and get them started. I pretty much took my hand, sorry, I'm trying to do this, and held it like this. Held the nut in between my two fingers like this, and just tried to get it in there and tried to turn it. Takes some finessing, but got them both in there. Obviously you'll take the short one and do this inner one. Okay, everything is tightened, very sturdy. I'll make sure that tab is, hooked onto the fender and everything, but it's tight, everything is on there. I would recommend getting a nice short stubby screwdriver, because it's going to be hard to get a screwdriver in between the tire and this, unless you just want to take the tire off to do this. I mean, that is also an option. That is how you install mud flaps, these WeatherTech no drill mud flaps, onto a Gladiator. It's pretty simple to do. The rears are a lot easier than the fronts are, but they're super simple to do. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.